Hello, everyone. Can you hear me? Can you see me? Are we doing this? Oh, yeah, we're doing this. This is happening. We're going to play some damn drums here on thegiantbomb.com. Hi, I'm Alex. I hope you are all having about as good of a Thursday as anyone can be expected to have right now. Yeah, so I play the drums. I don't know, maybe you knew that already. I'm going to play some drums for you. I've got a playlist going. I put up about, let's say, like 2 hours of music. A little pandemic playlist for all of you. Couple of quick things. There's a chance that the gameplay might chunk up a little bit here and there. I am running everything off our work PC, and it should be pretty good, but I have seen a little bit of framiness here and there with some console capture, so, just be aware of that. And the other thing is... I had another thing, and I can't remember what it was. Oh, I'm going to be turning off my microphone while I'm playing, and the reason for that is very simple. There is a little bit of lag with the video / mic business, and that makes the chunkiness of the whole thing. It makes it not so great. So, while I am playing a song, I will turn it off, but I will be talking with you in the chat. As soon as I tweet out that I am doing this, which is probably a good idea, I should probably let people know that I'm about to drum. So why don't I do that real quick, and then I'll get started. Hope you all are having a good day watching the Giant Bomb, and you are enjoying our streams, and as much as anyone can enjoy anything right now. Drum. Live. Fun. Cool. There we go. That's a tweet. I did it. Live tweeting, folks. Very live tweeting. Yeah. All right. Why don't we just go ahead and get started? I'm going to hit go, and I'm going to mute this mic. Enjoy the first, let's say, couple of songs, and then we'll all come back on. I forgot there's a little bit of an intro in this song, so I'll talk to you during the intro. Tell your friends, let them know the drumming's about to take place. I'm going to be here for, I'm going to say, at least a couple hours, hanging out with all of you. I hope you enjoy.
Closing time, open all the doors and let you out into the world. Closing time, turn all of the lights on. Closing time, one last call for alcohol, so finish your whiskey or beer. Closing time, you don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. I know who I want to take me home. I know me home. Closing time, time for you to go out to the places you will be from. Closing time, this room won't be open till your brothers or your sisters come. So gather up your jackets, move it to the exits. I hope you have found a friend. Closing time, every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end. Yeah, I know who I want to take me home. I know places you will be from. I know who wants to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home. Take me home. Closing time. Every new beginning comes from some other beginning's end.
It's closing time, folks. If you are not an essential business, you need to be closed right now. Got to keep this thing under control. All right, that's our first one. Let's move on to the next one.
Your turn. All right. You better know this one.
new personal best. I'll take that. Ah, folks, school is out. Got to keep the kids safe. Got to keep everyone safe. We are here live on GiantBomb.com playing some hits, probably some non-hits too. You know, just a mix of music. You know, we're gonna play a bunch of different stuff here in this playlist. This is my first time doing this drum stream from home, so I just kind of picked a random smattering of, well, not random. I chose them somewhat purposely, but a smattering of different songs. And I am very happy to be here. I think my mic might be coming in a little bit hot. I have a mouse here. I'm going to see if I can turn that down a little bit. You let me know if that sounds better to you. Maybe it'll be a little less buzzy. Let's see how that goes. Everyone having an okay day? Let me know in the chat. Let me know how you're feeling today. If you're at least making the best of the situation. I can maybe turn the mic down even a little bit more. I have the ability to do that here. I have this wireless mouse. It's an incredible piece of technology. No wires. Let me know how that sounds. If it's too bad, too good, what have you. Seems like people are having an okay day. Having some good vibes. All right. Sweet. All right, well, let's move on to the next song. What do you say? These are strange times, folks. Here we go. Strange times indeed, folks. Nice. I'm not the biggest Black Keys fan in the world, but you know, that song's good. They're fine. They're an okay band. I sort of agree with Jack White that they kind of ripped him off a little bit. All right, next song.
Ever been close to tragedy? I've been close to folks who have. Have you ever felt the beat so powerful, so heavy you collapse? No, well, I never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who has, which makes me wonder if I could. It makes me wonder if I never had to knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, because I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get. Have you ever had the odds step up so high? You need a strength most don't possess. Or has it ever come down to do or die? You get to rise above the rest. No, I never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who has, which makes me wonder if I could. It makes me wonder if I never had to knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, because I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get. I'm not a coward, I've just never been tested. I'd like to think that if I was, I would pass. Look at the tested and think there before the grace go on. Might be a coward, I'm afraid of what I might find out. Never had to knock on wood, but I know someone who has. Which makes me wonder if I could. It makes me wonder if I never had to knock on wood, and I'm glad I haven't yet, because I'm sure it isn't good. That's the impression that I get. Never had to, but I better knock on wood, 'cause I know someone who has. It makes me wonder if I could. It makes me wonder if I never had to, but I better knock on wood, 'cause I'm sure it isn't good, and I'm glad I haven't yet. It's the impression that I get.
Shout out to the Bosstones. Shout out to Ben Carr, the nicest man I've ever met in my life. I got a chance to see the Bosstones last summer. They were playing with the Bouncing Souls during their 30th anniversary show. Hey, remember going to shows? I do. We'll get back there eventually. I mean, a little sippy sip of water. And then maybe we'll play another song. How about that? How about that? Keep them separated, folks.
You gotta keep them separated. Like the latest fashion, like a spreading disease.
All right. Keep them separated, folks. 6 feet minimum. 6 feet. Remember that always. I'll tell you a not funny story. Well, a story. After this next one, which is in the same theme, let's just say.
Young teacher, the subject of schoolgirl fantasy. She wants him so badly, knows what she wants to be. Inside her, there's longing. This girl's an open page. Look at her, she's so close now. This girl is half his age. Don't stand so close to me. Don't stand so close to me. Her friends are so jealous. You know how bad girls get. Sometimes it's not so easy to be the teacher's pet. Temptation, frustration, so bad it makes him cry. When bus stop, she's waiting. His car is warm and dry. Don't stand so close to me. Don't stand so close to me. Who's talking the classroom? To hurt they try and try. Strong words in the staff room. The accusations fly. It's no use. He sees her. He starts to shake and cough. Just like the old man in that book by Nabokov. Don't stand so close to me. Don't stand so close to me.
So the story. Yesterday, in the late afternoon, girlfriend and I went out to the grocery store, and if there's a lineup anywhere, you're supposed to maintain the 6-foot distance as is regulated. New York is not in full lockdown quarantine. I don't think we were in full shelter in place, but we are essential businesses shut down, non-essential businesses, I mean, and a few non-essential businesses are still open. So we were waiting there, and we get there, and there's a line. It's not a long one, but also there's no one really regulating it. There's just a bunch of people kind of milling around, standing near each other. So we kind of stand off to the side, not in the line. But nonetheless, at some point, the police just straight up showed up and then made them redo the line in a way so that everyone was standing. I'm not going to say they got a full 6 feet, but at least 4 to 5. And so that was bizarre. The store itself, great. They were disinfecting everything. Not a ton of people around. It's totally fine. But boy, howdy, it's real weird to have the cops sort of aggressively shovel people around to where they need to be to not cause problems. All right, next song, Shelter Me.
Everybody needs a little place they can hide. Somewhere to call their own, don't let nobody inside. Every now and then we all need to let go. For some it's a doctor, for me it's rock and roll. For some it's a bottle, for some it's a pill. Some people read the Bible for the
I don't really like Cinderella as a band, but that song's all right. Good sax solo. Who doesn't love a good sax solo? I do. Got a question here from Cam Koenig asking, hey, any tips for calibrating a Rock Band 4 setup? So guitars, I believe, or at least some models of the guitar had that built-in calibration sensor, which I think you can use. It's never worked very well for me, though. Whatever setup I have, like the lighting is always bad. I don't really have a system so much as I play drums, so like I have a sense of kind of innate rhythm. So when I am doing the calibration, I'm almost like predicting the note calibration a little bit, and I also tend to like hit it just slightly behind where the click is, so that it gives you a little extra breathing room in case there's something weird laggy with your setup. Yeah, calibration is not the easiest thing in the world. I was shocked running this thing through an Elgato. I expected there'd be a bunch of weird lag, but there has not been. It just runs pretty much straight up through the TV, so that's great. That is, I'm not having any lag, not having any problems. So why don't we continue on with the stream? What do you say? What do you say? What do you say? Next song.
It started when we were dancing. It got heavy when we got to the bathroom. We didn't go back to her place. We went to some place where she catched us. She said, I know I look tired, but everything's fried here in Memphis. Now they wanna know exactly which bathroom, dude. Does it make any difference? It can't be important. Yeah, sure, tell my story again. At barlight, she looked alright. In daylight, she looked desperate. That's alright, I was desperate too. I'm getting pretty sick of this interview. Subpoenaed in Texas, sequestered in Memphis. Subpoenaed in Texas, sequestered in Memphis. I think she drove a new Mustang. I guess it might be a rental. I remember she had satellite radio. I guess she seemed a bit nervous. Do you think I'm that stupid? Well, what the hell? Tell the story again. In barlight, she looked alright. In daylight, she looked desperate. That's alright, I was desperate too. I'm getting pretty sick of this interview. Subpoenaed in Texas, sequestered in Memphis. 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 I went out of business in Texas, sequestered in Memphis. I went out of business in Texas, sequestered in Memphis. I went out of business in Texas, sequestered in Memphis. I went out of business in Texas, sequestered in Memphis.
Man, fuck that ending. I never get that ending. I never, ever, ever get that ending. Oh well. That was the Hold Steady Sequesters in Memphis. I'm going to play a couple more here, and then I think I'm going to take a pause, check with the chat, see if y'all already got any questions. So 2 more songs. If you got questions, get them ready. 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 Okay. Here we go. Next song. Desperate times, folks. Desperate measures. That one was a workout. Hasoon asking, how long did it take me to build this playlist? I don't know. I made it last night. Spent like, I don't know, maybe an hour thumbing through songs, and then I was done. Yeah. All right, next song. This one's a little less intense. And that'll take some questions, so get them ready. I wasn't ready for the start. We're restarting that song. Try that again.
Seems to kill me. No
I've given everything I need. I've given everything I own. I've given everything could at least be all alone. I've given everything I could to blow at the hell and gone. Blow it down and blow up the outside. Blow up the outside. Blow up the outside world.
It's over before I touch anything. I don't want to accidentally mess up the FC. I think I did. I'm good. I did it. Oh, and I beat Darren Korb in the process. Take that, Darren. Ha! All right, we're about 10 songs into this here playlist. Just about a little under an hour into the playlist as well. Now is the time to ask some questions of me in the chat. I've seen a couple here already, so I'll start scrolling to those at the moment. Tactful Ogre asking, how do my first attempts at songs usually go? Easier songs, I maybe can full combo on the first try, but like usually got to be pretty easy. There's usually some fill in some song or another that will trip me up and what have you. So I would not say that is like a regular thing I'm able to do, but usually I can get like in the high 90% on anything I play the first time, unless it's something like Nightmare level. Sergeant Spank asking, is your rock band name if Mandy Patinkin was a band? Yes, it is. That is the name I've used since Rock Band 1. Why? There is a Mr. Show sketch where they are naming horses, and a lot of the horses have weird names, and one of the horses is named If Mandy Patinkin Was a Horse. So then I decided that it should be If Mandy Patinkin Was a Band. So there you go. BWO asking, the custom drum kit seems to be holding up okay. Yes. So these drums, if you've never watched one of these streams before, the cymbals and the drum brain are all part of the Ion drum rocker, but the drums and the kick pedal are all made custom by Giant Bomb user Dustin Morabito, who is also an indie developer. He built these, and he just sent them to me, which is, again, probably still to this day the nicest thing anyone has ever gifted me, and we continue to thank him. They have held up beautifully. I've had to change a couple of the heads, but he sent me a bunch of replacement heads. These are just screen mesh. You can just get that material anywhere. Get yourself a roll of screen mesh, and then you cut it out to a drum head size, and that's the business for it. Let's see what else we got in terms of questions. Oleg94 asking, what song got me into drumming? Not any specific song that I can think of. I wanted to play music. My dad is a guitar player. He's been playing for probably damn near 50 years at this point. He's a very good blues and rock guitar player. He tried to teach me. I have no aptitude for it. None. Zero. I cannot play guitar. But I still wanted to play music, and so I went to elementary school. I've told this story before. I'll just tell it real quick here. I went to elementary school with Grateful Dead drummer Mickey Hart's son, Taro. And Taro and I weren't friends or anything, but like Mickey would come around the school once in a while because, he was like a PTA dad. I don't remember how it happened, but at some point I got invited to a show of his. He was doing this thing called Planet Drum, which is an all-percussion concert with a bunch of different world music percussion styles. Not my kind of music. But watching that, seeing him play, all of that was very inspirational to me and led me to think maybe I might like the drums. And that in fact turned out to be the thing. If I was getting some robot voice, I apologize. Not a whole lot I can do about that. That's probably bandwidth more than anything. So apologies for that. Always Be Clothing asked, what is the biggest difference touring with my current band versus touring with Jeff? So I never really toured that much with Jeff. He left the band probably less than a year after I joined. We did play some LA shows together and a few other places around California. Just saying that band in general, those guys, like 30 different people went through that first band I was in over the years, and a lot of the time, like some of them I still hold in reasonably high regard. Jeff's one of them. A lot of those other people were very hard to tour with. They were just not the easiest people to hang out with. Not to be, talking too much shit here, but I just, it was a rougher time. I was also a teenager. I was an asshole. I'm sure I was an asshole to be on the road with as well. So I don't exclude myself from that judgment. But these guys, so we've only done the one thing. We went down to Florida, and I had no problems at all. Now, granted, there's plenty of time. I've only been in this band a year. I'm sure they could do something that would drive me completely insane. But it hasn't happened yet. So there. We had a lot of fun in Florida. That was a really fun tour. Vero Beach in particular was nutty. That was a hell of a show. All right, well, with that, I think we're going to move back into the playlist. I'll answer some more questions later. Thanks for joining me. I've been wanting to do this at home for a while. I just never really had a good excuse to make the setup happen. I'm not going to thank coronavirus because it doesn't deserve it, but the circumstances led to this, so there's that. All right, let's move on to the next song.
When I get home
All right. That is Tiger Man Whoa, not a band I had ever heard of, or if I'm being completely honest, a band I have heard since. I believe they were part of a track pack that came along with Rock Band Rivals. It's a fun song. Good beat. Very bouncy. Very bouncy. All right. Alone time always sounds great until it's not. Now I got too much time on my hands. Too much time on my hands.
Yeah, I'm sitting on this bar stool, talking like a damn fool. Got the 12 o'clock news blues, and I'm giving up hope for the afternoon soap and a bottle of cold brew. Is it any wonder I'm not crazy? Is it any wonder I'm sane at all? Well, I'm so tired of losing, I got nothing to do and all day to do it. Well, I go out cruising, but I've no place to go and all night together. Is it any wonder I'm not a criminal? Is it any wonder I'm not in jail? Is it any wonder I got too much time on my hands, taking away with my sanity? I've got too much time on my hands, it's hard to believe such a calamity. I've got too much time on my hands, and it's taking away from me. Time on my hands, taking away. I don't know what to do with myself. Too much time on my hands. Too much time on my hands. Too much time on my hands. Now I'm a refugee, yes, I can solve the world's problems without even trying. I got dozens of friends and one never ends. That is as long as I'm buying. Is it any wonder I'm not the president? Is it any wonder I'm not that void? Is it any wonder I got too much time on my hands, sticking away with insanity? I got too much time on my hands, it's hard to believe such a calamity. I've got too much time on my hands, and it's taking away from me. Time on my hands, taking away. Time on my hands, and I don't know what to do with myself. Too much time on my hands, taking away. Too much time on my hands. Too much time on my hands. Too much time on my
Saw someone ask why I've avoided this kind of live stream in the past. I've just never had a good setup at home for doing this. Having the work PC here helps a lot. My PC is fine, but probably not great for like streaming stuff. So having too much time on my hands, I was able to go through the process of figuring out how to do all of this. And that helped. That helped a lot. So now I know how to do it. I have a bunch of stuff. I can do this if I need to. Yeah. A couple of people asking about the cars. Know the cars today. But here's what I'm thinking. We'll get to the next song in a second. I'm thinking this might be a Thursday thing. Like maybe we'll play every Thursday at the end of the day until this thing is over, and then we'll talk after that. But I will probably play some cars next time. How about that? How's that sound? I could play some cars. I could do that. I think that could be fun. So let's do that. And with that, let's move on to the next song. I don't want to be waiting in vain, folks.
I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. I don't wanna wait in vain for your love. From the very
You will not be waiting in vain, folks, because we're just going to move right on to the next song. We're just going to keep it going here. Thanks again for joining us. I will post the full playlist of this probably on the Twitter or somewhere after this, so you'll be able to see what songs were all on this. Let's keep it going. That was my first time full comboing that song. Yay. All right, moving on. Only the lonely people.
Only the lonely know the way I feel tonight. Only the lonely know this feeling ain't right. There goes my baby. There goes my heart. They're gone forever, so far apart. But only the lonely know why I cry. Only the lonely. Only the lonely know the heartaches I've been through. Only the lonely know I cried for you. Maybe tomorrow a new romance. No more sorrow, but that's the chance you gotta take if you're lonely. Heart breaks, only the lonely.
Oh, we love the full combos here, folks, but that's not what it's about. We're just here to jam. We're here to play some songs. We're here to hang out. I appreciate everyone coming in here. Seems like there's a whole bunch of folks in the chat, and that is great. I'm happy you're here with me. Because we're all in this together, right? We're all stuck here. We're all doing this business. We're all trapped indoors. Some of us are handling it better than others. I'm doing my best. And I hope you all are too. Let's move on to the next song. Speaking of going a little stir crazy, a little shut in.
Sit around and watch the tube, but nothing's on.
fun fact, you may have noticed that song came in a little hot in the mix. Little inside baseball for you. So when they were doing Green Day Rock Band and they were getting all the masters together for all that stuff, there was not a master track for this song and whatever the song on Dookie is that this one fades into. Like, they just didn't have separate tracks for those songs for whatever reason. So they had to use the same tech they used on Beatles Rock Band for a bunch of the songs that they didn't have separate instrument stems for. And so they basically took those songs, separated them, and then like mixed the instrument tracks in such a way using that tech to make it so that stuff would mute in the, like if you miss a note or whatever. I think those were the only two songs they had to do that with the Green Day stuff. I feel like everything else they had regular masters for. I just remember that being a problem. So hopefully I don't get sued for telling you all that, but who cares? Whatever. Who's watching? Seriously. This next song I'm going to fuck up the end of, just so you know.
There's an echo of the meaning, rescuing a night before the dream. The voices in my head are always screaming, but none of this means anything to me. And it's a long way back from 17. The whispers turn into a scream, and I'm not coming home. Save your breath, I'm nearly bored to death, fading fast. Life is too short to last long. Back on earth, I'm broken, lost and cold and fading fast. Life is too short to last long. There's a stranger staring at the ceiling, rescuing a tiger from a tree. Pictures in her head are always dreaming. Each of them means everything to me. And it's a long way back from 17. The whispers turn into a scream, and I'm not coming home. Save your breath, I'm nearly bored to death and fading fast. Life is too short to last long. Back on earth, I'm broken, lost and cold and fading fast. Life is too short to last long. I think I met her at the minute that the rhythm was set down. I said I'm sorry, I'm a bit of a letdown, but all my friends are daring me to come over, so I come over and over and over. So let me buy you a drink and we'll pretend that you think that I'm a man and your dreams come to life in a dive bar, and we'll go over and over and over, and we'll go over and over and over, and we'll go over and over and over, and we'll go over and over. Save your breath, I'm nearly bored to death and fading fast. Life is too short to last long. Back on earth, I'm broken, lost and cold and fading fast. Life is too short to last long.
Man, fuck you, Travis Barker. Fuck you. How dare you? That's that shit. That's that shit I never get. I never get that ending right. Bastard. All right, let's play a few more, and then maybe I'll take some more questions from the chat here shortly. Let's just let's go a little further in. Let's get a few more. So if you got some more questions, got some more things you want to ask. First, I'm gonna take a little sip of water. It's getting warm in here. This is a hot room. I should say there's no air conditioning in this room. I have a window open. You may hear that occasionally. You'll hear some sirens. But there's 2 PCs and an Xbox One X all in here generating heat, and it sucks. It sucks. But you know what? I sweat a lot more, and you know, you lose that water weight, it's good. It's good for you. All right, let's move on to the next song. This one's for all you telecommuters.
I turn my camera on. I cut my fingers on the way. On the way. The way I'm slipping away. I turn my feelings on. You made me untouchable for life. Yeah. Yeah. You wasn't polite. It hit me like a tone. You hit me like a tone. No, no, no. Ooh, yeah. Well, I turn my feelings on. I turn my feelings on the side. Yeah, yeah. Feel like I'm gonna ignite. I saw them stars go off. I saw them stars go off at night. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, and they're looking alright.
Roll up, keep on, roll up, get up, roll it up, keep on, roll
Me
it
like
up.
a tone. You hit me like a tone. Hold it like a tone. I turn my camera on. I cut my fingers on the way. On the way. On the way. I feel me slipping away. I wipe my feelings off. You made me untouchable for life.
Roll it up,
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, you wasn't polite. You hit me like a tone. I don't know where it's from. Hit me like a tone. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, I turn my camera on. Ooh, I turn my camera on. Ooh, yeah. Ooh, yeah. I turn my camera on like a tone. I turn my camera on like a tone. I turn my camera on like a tone. I turn my camera on. Feel me slip away.
Sometimes you need a little chill groove, pretty straightforward the whole way through. Just a nice groovy beat. That's what we need. That's what we needed. I've heard some people say that they were hearing some weird pitch changes in the music. I don't know what that is. That might be some weird thing with the streaming. I don't know. I've listened to my recordings here and there, but the test runs I did, and there isn't any weirdness coming through the Elgato or anything. So I'm going to go ahead and say that's probably Twitch's problem. So there. Let's go ahead and move on to the next song. Everyone get up and dance. Sometimes it's fun to dance with yourself. Sometimes it's fun to get out there, put on some music, dance around your apartment like a lunatic. But you know what, folks? There's only one thing better than dancing with yourself.
Ooh, yeah.
Got the gold star. That's what matters, folks. Not my best run of that song, but, you know, you got the point. I'm going to take a little sip of water here. I'm going to play a couple more. I'm going to have two more. Two more, and then I'll take some questions from the chat again. And then we'll finish out this playlist. How's that sound? I think that'll be good. All right, here we go. On to the next song. All I want to do, folks, is have some fun.
Hit it. This ain't no disco. It ain't no country club either. This is LA. All I wanna do is have a little fun before I die. Sits a man next to me out of nowhere. It's apropos of nothing. He says his name is William. I'm sure he's Bill or Billy or Mac or Buddy. And he's played ugly to me. And I wonder if he's ever had a day
Cheryl, all I want to do is have some fun too. I'd love to have some fun until the sun comes up over Santa Monica Boulevard, but you know what? We can't do that unless we are in our own homes right now. No big gatherings, no none of that. Can't do it. I'm sorry, Cheryl. I'm sorry. Okay? God. All right, one more song. Get your questions ready. Then we're going to take a short break, and I will answer some questions in the chat. Here we go. We all want to break free, don't we, folks? Sing up that first note. That's not happening.
But life still goes on. I can't get used to living without you by my side. I don't want to live alone. Hey, God knows, got to make it on my own. So baby, can't you see? I've got to break free. I've got to break free. I want to break free. Yeah. I want to break free.
All right. We all want to break free. I get it. But right now, that's just not possible. We got to stay in. We got to hold it down for the time being. See how long it goes. All right, folks, we're going to take some questions from the chat now. If you got them, send them my way. What do we got here, folks? Thank you for joining me, as always. It's I know it's getting late. It's getting late out here. Not as late on the West Coast. But, yes. Yes. It's almost 8 o'clock here. Renegade23 asking, will there be a full playlist posted somewhere? Yes, I will probably throw it up on Twitter. Maybe I'll throw it into the notes of the archive as well once that goes up. Enemy Mouse says I have to admonish chat. I don't know why, but I'm going to. How dare you? What else we got? Daft Diego 777 asks, should I have another drink? I don't know how many of you had. Moderation, folks. It's important. I'm having a drink. This is just water, though. Need it from a Drummin. Autumn Shank asks, what is one song on drums that you struggle the most to play? If we were talking in the context of the video game, there are a few. Anything that is like heavy blast beats, I'm not good at. I might be in a punk band, a hardcore band, but like full-on blast beats are just not my thing. So there's like a couple of like Whitechapel and Black Dahlia murder songs that I am no good at all. Also, that Lightning Bolt song is a nightmare. It's meant to be. I get it. I don't know that my brain works that fast. So we'll see. Phoenix Lowell says Queen or Bowie. God, that's a hard pick. If I had to pick, I would probably say Queen. I think Freddie Mercury just slightly edges it, but I love David Bowie. I love David Bowie. Dear Claudio asks, it's 8 p.m., Alex. How old are you? I'm 38, man. I'm almost on the 40 side of things, you know? It's like, it's late in the sense that my work day is technically over. And also I have not eaten dinner yet, which I'm gonna at some point. I'm fine right now. I'm not hurting. I've only got 9 songs left. That'll be good. Just saying. Cyrus Raven asking, any 2020 albums you like so far? Yeah, there's a few. There's this band called Pressure Cracks put out an EP that I really liked a lot. I really like that new Destroyer album, which is fucking fantastic. And there's probably some other ones I'm just not thinking of off the top of my head right now. Sorry about that. 30CT asks, any recommendations of RB4 DLC from this year? There hasn't been a lot of this year left, or so far, and I haven't necessarily taken super hard to anything that's come out so far. It's been fine. I don't remember anything off the top of my head that's been great, but, you know, they're still doing a lot of the old Rock Band Network stuff in addition to some newer stuff peppered in here and there, so there. Ninja Turtle fan asks, any Iron Maiden coming up? Actually, yes. There will be one toward the end, so stick around for that. I believe it's the second to last song on this playlist, so there you go. Xanadu asked to use the static drum fills only. Yeah, I want to play the song as it was intended. The freeform fill tech in the game has never really done it for me. There's like just enough lag to where it doesn't quite sound right, and the drum sounds have never been my favorite either. So, you know, I stick with the static. Just straight up playing the song as it was. Let's see what else we got going on here. Aeronautical asking, what are you having for dinner? I don't know yet. My girlfriend, I believe, is cooking. So whatever she's making, I'm eating. Straight up. Jimmy asks, have I heard that new Code Orange album? I've only heard a few songs. I do not like it right off the bat as much as the last record, but I don't think it's bad. I've seen some critics really hating it. I don't think it's that bad. Always Be Clothing asks, do you own almost every RB DLC song ever released? A lot, yeah. I don't really want to admit to how many I have. So there. Last one I will take for now. Kane Highwind 09 asking, any more behind the scenes harmonic stories you can tell? I mean, I'll have more. If we do more of these streams, I'll have more stuff to talk about that's like context sensitive. I'm not just gonna throw them all out there at once, you know, man. I gotta pace myself. I gotta save some of that shit for later. But yeah, I'll tell some more stories if it comes up. People want to know how many songs I have. Look, let's just say it's the vast majority and leave it at that, okay? I'm a little, like, I have, like, this much shame about it. Like, this much. All right, let's move on to the set list. The final 9 songs. Once again, thank you for joining us. A whole lot of people have been watching this. I appreciate that. Appreciate you been sticking with us through all of this. Thank you for supporting us. Let's keep it going. I'm all right, folks. Don't worry about me.
I'm alright. Nobody worry about me. Now you got to give me a fight. Can't you just let it be? I'm alright. Don't nobody worry about me. You got to give me a fight. Why don't you just let me be? Do what you like. Do it naturally. But if it's too easy, you're gonna disagree. It's your life. Isn't it a mystery? If it's nobody's business, it's everybody's game. Calculate.
No, now, get it, put it right away. Get it up and get you worked out.
Nobody worry about me. Why you got to give me a fight? Can't you just let it be? I'm alright. Don't nobody worry about me. You got to give me a fight. Why don't you just let me be? Who do you want? Who you gonna be today? Who is it really? Make it up your mind. You wanna listen to the man? Pay attention to the magistrate. And while I got you in the mood, listen to your heart beating, heart beating, heart beating, heart beating. Down again you move.
You make me feel good.
Oh, Cinderella kid. I'm alright. Nobody worry about me. Why you got to give me a fight? Can't you just let it be? I'm alright. Don't nobody worry about me. You got to give me a fight. Why don't you just let me be? I'm alright. Nobody worry about me. Why you got to give me a fight? Can't you just let it be? I'm alright. I'm alright. Just let me be. I'm alright. Just let me be.
Hell yes. Am I all right, folks? Are any of us really all right these days? I'm not so sure anymore. Maybe I'm not okay. Fuck the ending. Who cares? Those last fills. Fuck them. I hate them. I'm not okay. In fact, folks, you might say those last fills kind of broke me. Someone just asked, is this similar to my live setup? Yeah, I have more cymbals, obviously, but this is pretty much what my main kit is with one rack tom, 2 floor toms. That's pretty much what I do. I will say a quick, not really a harmonic story, but just a thing. One of the ongoing problems with this game and music is that they have to deal with songs that have fade-outs, which is not really an easy thing to do in gameplay. And sometimes the endings they come up with, like the fake ones, they make sound real bad. That's probably one of the worst. It's not a great ending note of that song. That's my personal feeling. Let's move on to the next song. Where's my mind, folks? It's on these drums.
Stop. With your feet on the air, your head on the ground. Try this trick and spin it. Yeah. Your head will collapse if there's nothing in it, and you'll ask yourself, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind? Way out in the water, see it swimming. I was swimming in the Caribbean. Animals were hiding behind the rock, except a little fish. But they told me swear it's trying to cause trouble. So I went, where is my mind? Where is my mind? Where is my mind?
Folks, it's not the number of notes you play. It's how you choose to play them. That's what I think. That's my personal opinion. So there. Well, let's continue this theme, shall we? That's a good song from a good album. The one genuinely great Foo Fighters album. There are other albums out there that are fine, but that song is great. That album's great. Folks, I'm starting to get a little hungry. I feel in my belly, and my bones, but mostly my belly. We got about 4 songs left, so what do you say we power through? What do you say we keep it going? Play these last 4 songs. Don't think any bad thoughts. Just rock with me. What do you say?
The facts we hate will never meet. Walking down the road, everybody yelling, hurry up, hurry up. But I'm waiting for you. I must go slow. I must not think bad thoughts. When is this world coming to? Both sides are right, and both sides murder. I give up. Why can't they? I must not think bad thoughts. I must not think bad thoughts. I must not think bad thoughts. The civil war and the uncivilized wars
Oh, god damn. That last bit. Fuck. Forgot about the end of that. Oh. Well, fortunately, the next song will be way easier. Oh, here we go. Let's keep it moving. What do you say? Oh, yeah, much easier. Ugh. Ooh, Daddy. That's hard times. That's hard times. Whew. And I got 2 more to go. They're not as hard as that one, though, thankfully. Dear God. Oh, folks. Thank you again for watching and joining and hanging out. Let's keep it going. I got to eat something soon, so let's play these last 2 songs. What do you say? Here's some Maiden for you.
Can I play with madness? Give me the sense to wonder if I'm free. Give me a sense of wonder to know I can be me. Give me the strength to hold my head up, spit back in their face. Don't need no key to unlock this door. Gotta break down the walls, break out of this bad place. Can I play with madness? The prophet said at his crystal ball. Can I play with madness? There's no vision there at all. Can I play with madness? The prophet looked and he laughed at me. He said, can I play with madness? He said, you're blind to see. You're such a too blind to see. I screamed loud to the old man. I said, don't lie, don't say you don't know. I say you'll pay for this mischief. And the 12 others. Oh, then he fixed me with a freezing glance, and the hellfires raged in his eyes. He said, you wanna know the truth, son? Lord, I'll tell you the truth. Your soul's gonna burn in a lake of fire. Can I play with madness? The prophet said at his crystal ball. Can I play with madness? There's no vision there at all. Can I play with madness? The prophet looked and he laughed at me. He said, can I play with madness? He said, you're blind, too blind to see. Oh, listen to me, said the prophet. Can I play with madness? The prophet said at his crystal ball. Can I play with madness? There's no vision there at all. Can I play with madness? The prophet looked and he laughed at me. He said, can I play with madness? He said, you're blind, too blind to see. Can I play with madness?
I love that fucking song. It's not my all-time favorite Iron Maiden song, but it's like top 5. Song fucking owns. All right, folks. I'll level with you. I'm a little tired. I've been playing for, what, 2.5 hours, roughly? Yeah, we'll go with that. So I'm going to play one more song. This one's not going to be a super complicated one. I just thought it was a nice note to end on. So we'll have a nice jam here at the end. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting us during all of this. I'm going to clear it with the guys on staff, but if I can keep doing these on Thursday nights at the end of the day, I'm going to keep doing it for as long as we're here doing this thing. That's what I think that's going to be the plan going forward. Rory says yes. That's all I need. I don't need anyone else to say so. So here we go. So with that, thank you again. We'll see you again on Thursday then. I mean, I'll be back on the site. Abby and I are going to do some Clue Crew in the morning tomorrow. There will be more Mass Alex next week. There will be probably more streams that are not this from me. I will probably do some, let's say I'll do definitely some more trucking at some point. I don't know if I'm going to do it next week, but I'm definitely going to do some more trucking. I want to play some of that Fire Pro story mode, the Suda stuff at some point. So we'll see. There'll be more streams next week. Let's take it out on a positive note. What do you say? Yes, Civ 2.
You know the bed feels warmer, sleeping here alone. You know I dream in color and do the things I want. You think you got the best of me, think you've had the last laugh, but you think that everything good is gone. Think you left me broken down, think that I'll come running back. Maybe you don't know me 'cause you're dead wrong. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes you brighter. Footsteps even lighter. Doesn't mean I'm over 'cause you're gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself, and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. Heard that I was starting over with someone new. They told you I was moving on over you. Didn't think that I'd come back swinging. You tried to break me, but you see what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes a fighter. Footsteps even lighter. Doesn't mean I'm over 'cause you're gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself, and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. Thanks to you, I got a new thing started. Thanks to you, I'm not the broken hearted. Thanks to you, I'm finally thinking about me. You know, in the end, the day you left was just my beginning. In the end, what doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes a fighter. Footsteps even lighter. Doesn't mean I'm over 'cause you're gone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself, and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger, stronger. Just me, myself, and I. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Stand a little taller. Doesn't mean I'm lonely when I'm alone.
What does not kill us makes us stronger, folks. Stay strong. Keep it going out there. Hold it down. We're going to get through this. That's my personal opinion. All right, with that, I'm going to take this mouse here, and I'm going to hit the stop button on this stream. And I hope you all have a good rest of your evening. Tune in tomorrow. We'll have more streams, more business, more action. We got it. We got this. I don't even know if my head is in the shot. Who cares? All right, folks. Have a good one. I'll see you around.